Good morning!
Good morning! We're live!
Good morning!
Good morning. Good morning to all our viewers right now. And I'd like to say thank you to all our viewers who are watching us and viewing us. I know it's not only here in the Philippines that we have so many people watching right now. So I'd like to greet everyone who's watching us from different parts of the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Have a blessed day, have a blessed night wherever you are. Be positive today and tonight. So good morning again. I'm one of your hosts here in Naturopaths in Manila. My name is Judith Alma. I'm your certified natural health coach. With me, my other hosts would introduce themselves. Go ahead, Pink.
Hi everyone! Blissful morning to all our viewers from the Philippines and other parts of the world who are right now morning is also a good morning to them, and of course good evening and good afternoon again to the people in other parts of the world. I'm Pink and I'm also a natural health coach. Doc Janice?
Hello everyone, good morning. It's a lovely Tuesday morning here in the Philippines. To everyone who's following us from all over the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for following us. It's a pleasure to have you here in our show. We are the Naturopaths in Manila. I'm Dr. Janice. I'm a physician. My specialization is dermatology. I'm a naturopathic practitioner and a theta healer. I'm so excited. Sa topic natin today, we'll be discussing pranic healing with Miss Czarina. So, JM, please do the honor of introducing our amazing host, our amazing guest for this morning.
Of course. Thank you so much, Doc Janice. Of course. Now, I'm going to introduce someone to all of you. So, but before we present our guest for today, I'd like to give our viewers a heads up that as we all promise Naturopaths in Manila, we're going to bring different or lining up different guests here in our program to share their expertise in the field of energy healing system that they are personally using it. So for today, I'd like to introduce this very gorgeous lady. She's graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from the De La Salle University, Manila, and a postgraduate diploma in hotel management from Hotel Institute of Montreux, Switzerland, security industry business owner along with her family for almost 30 years, a freelance consultant for various businesses for business development and implementation, an entrepreneur leader of a global e-commerce business spanning more than 200 countries, a certified associate pranic healer and a licensed trainer, and is an Arhatic Yogi level 2 in the Pranic Healing Foundation of the Philippines. She has many international and local certifications, training programs, and workshops related to security, business management, entrepreneurship, marketing, e-commerce, leadership, spirituality, and life management. Together with her husband, Luigi, their life passion and advocacy revolves around everything related to but not limited to positivity and holistic development, character building, and healing towards the empowerment, self-realization, and leadership formation of as many individuals as possible. So everyone, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest, Ms. Czarina Mallari. So Czarina, please greet our viewers first.
Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thanks for having me here, Naturopaths of Manila.
Yes, so thank you also for taking time to be with us for our viewers, and of course my two hosts here also, my two co-naturopaths. We all know how busy this woman, this Czarina. In fact, she just came in from actually she came from another meeting also. So talagang she took time to be with us and share this pranic healing to all of us. So I believe, Pink, you have already some questions that you have prepared for Czarina. So you may spill it out now so our viewers can hear that question. Anyway, to our viewers, I'd like to let them know you can ask, you can chat your question to anything related about pranic healing and anything related that Czarina and us here will be sharing. Please chat your question in the comment box and we will all be happy to answer that as long as we know the answer. Okay, so take it away, Pink.
Siyempre, of course, first question again, what is pranic healing or what is the definition ba of pranic healing, Czarina? Can you tell us more about it para maintindihan ng ating mga viewers?
Okay, sige. I'm gonna try to speak in English mostly because I know there's a lot of people tuning in from outside of the Philippines also, and I know Filipinos can speak very good English anyway, right? So
Yes.
anyway, based on what you asked me, what is pranic healing? It's really no touch, no drugs, no needles, energy therapy, and we use our hands to remove any used up or dirty energy from the person's aura or energy body. This is also we use also transference of energy by helping others kind of get that fresh prana is what we call energy also in another way, so that they don't feel depleted. And it's a holistic approach of how we address healing in somebody's life. I think that's it in the gist of it, no?
How about you, Dr. Janice? Do you have any question for Czarina?
Okay. My apologies, no, kasi you were muted when you were talking kanina. Ang well, anyway, not really a question for Czarina, but I would like Czarina to discuss further or more in depth about pranic healing. So that's what I'm looking forward for today.
Oh, okay. I think and I believe Czarina already answered that. What is pranic healing? As Pink already answered that. Okay, for another question, ako na lang siguro. I'll be the one to add Czarina since ano. Okay, Czarina, for the record, no, I myself a pranic healer and a Hattic yogi practitioner. Everyone knows that. But for the purposes of our viewers, what is pranic healing? How does this healing energy system or healing modality can really address the spiritual level, the mental, emotional, and physical level? Because this is how we always present pranic healing to others that can manage one's life. So in a very layman's term, I'd like you to explain this right now. Why this kind of healing energy system can really address those aspect of someone's life. You know, pag 'di ba, pag meron taong nade-depress or meron naman, we always say na even you're not sick physically, you still can integrate pranic healing as a way of your, as a part of your lifestyle in your life. So paano yan, Czarina? So I want you to be able to share that to our viewers.
Okay. Basically, what you need to know first is that Pranic Healing is actually a school, no? So since it was founded by Master Choa Kok Sui here in the Philippines, where we are, ano siya, he set it up in such a way that he created different kinds of enroll in, and every class that is available can address different kinds of I guess aspect. There are classes wherein that we learn how to heal or address physical ailments, and then there are certain techniques that we learn and protocols that we follow. And there's also like for psychotherapy issues or emotional mental issues, there's also financial series of classes and spiritual aspect. More than that, I also want to point out that there's such a thing as arhatic yoga, the arhatic yoga level, no, and that's really where we kind of address the more deep seated or more rooted concerns that we may have probably been dealing with our entire life. And with the techniques and the protocols that we learn, and even the higher meditations which we do in arhatic yoga, ano siya, it's really where we are able to work on our character. So personally, I've experienced that. So when I started, I really wasn't sick naman eh. I didn't have any like physical ailments. But what got me really into it was the fact that it has character building sewn into all the courses, where I guess you can liken it to some sort of like self-development or self-trans. So I know that like self-help, self-development, that's such a big thing right now because we all want to upgrade and level up. So if we're upgrading our gadgets, this is a good way to upgrade ourselves without having to kind of, become a gadget or plug ourselves into the socket, diba? So a lot of people can do this whatever walk of life they're coming from, even if they're doing like a certain career or profession, even if they are not, also they can also do this.
Wow. Okay. So thank you very much for that. So it's a very holistic way of healing a person, no? It's a total packaging of a person that it's addressing you. So you've mentioned that it's about character building, no? So character building is like, a personality development overall talaga, hindi lang yung physical aspect, 'di ba? So that's what actually one of the forte of or specialization of this school. Actually, Czarina mentioned that Pranic Healing is a school for energies. We're studying not just energy to become energy, subtle energy. We work on a subtle energy in a lives of a person. That's why a person can be a better version of oneself, diba? So other than that, do you have other question, girls? How about you, Pink? Do you have any question again to Czarina? Would you like to ask her?
So ako naman, you've mentioned kanina no that personally it's your favorite, the character building part. No, what are the other things that made you like stay or do this thing for like years hanggang ngayon mula noon? What are the other things na parang made you really fascinated into pranic healing and arhatic yoga or pranic healing?
Okay. When I started in 2013, I really wasn't planning on anything. I just happened to really, I guess, stumble upon it. But luckily, I did because I really wanted to address my mom's hypertension or high blood pressure. After taking the classes that weekend, maybe like a day after my first ever healing session, I realized that you can really use this to help a lot of other people. But my first patients were actually my family, but also our dogs, our pet dogs. So we can apply this on like animals. And I saw also that as the years went by and as I was encountering a lot of different people with different concerns and ailments, that the technique really works. And I noticed also an exponential improvement in all aspects of my life. And I can really compare, no, like before and then after. Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's huge differences. And what I love also is that it's based on science. There's a global community that, wherever I can find myself around the world, if I say like I'm a pranic healer, if I go to a pranic healing center, I feel like I'm with second family already. Another thing that I love is that it's really practical and grounded. So one of the main things that our teacher, Grandmaster Chokuksoy, what he emphasizes on is that we don't have to also be in a cave, or parang we don't have to quit, our job, or be only a pranic healer. It's encouraged to be actually multifaceted, and in whatever area in our life we should be, and we're encouraged to be number one or to really excel. So in that sense, we add value to the areas that we're involved in, or like maybe parts of our community. So the goal of having alleviating the pains and sufferings of humanity and heaven on earth is more attainable, because there's a systematic way that we apply these things, and that we are able to kind of help other people in our own way, not just through the techniques, but also like even just simply like the meditations that we practice. So I think even like my other friends also in other healing modalities, they also, when they come to take the classes, they also see pranic healing as sort of like an additional tool in their life toolkit. No, so I remember like different NLP masters in the classes that I teach, also Reiki masters as well, and theta healers as well, like Doc Janice, right? And also like people like priests, nuns, no, because it's a skill. It's just like driving and just like baking. So it's something that you can improve on. So you can be like me, na coming from zero background, because my background is in hospitality, and then you can improve yourself as you go along, and having that specific pacing that's unique to you, and not like everybody has to be at the same pace. I love that part kasi, and also that we meet so many people, right? And that they become, our patients actually become like our lifelong friends. I don't think I have patients that aren't my friends, because they open up a part of their lives to us that's very personal. And I love that. I love being able to help other people through pranic healing also.
Wow, such an empowering experience for you, Zarina, and of course, a very parang a good way of connecting with people. As you said, nga, no, you ended up being friends with all your patients when they came to you. At first, they would not tell everything, but as you go along the way, diba? So that's a very wonderful experience. How about you, Dr. Janice? Do you have other question that you'd like to ask to Zarina about pranic healing? Is there anything that curious you? I believe you heard that pranic healing can be integrated to whatever walks of life you are into. Honestly, yeah, that's right. I agree to Zarina. We have pranic healers who are practicing Reiki, Theta, any kind of modality, acupuncturists, people who are in the integrative medicine like us, naturopathy. It's like really saying that whatever walks of life you are into, you can apply or integrate pranic healing. So parang they're not going against each other. They're really an integration, a complementary system to each other. So do you have any question to Zarina to ask about pranic healing, Doc Janice?
Yes, yes. So, majority naman sa atin who are into their own journey of spirituality, particularly healing, no, na we come across all these modalities of healing. We get called into this energy healing. But Serena, for those na individuals who are just starting, okay, for those na who got yung interest nila to start their journey with spirituality, um, what can you advise on how they can start if they, let's say, they got interested with pranic healing? So where do they begin? Where do they start?
Okay, that's a really good question, Doc Janice, actually. Because what we do in pranic healing is we make available orientations that's actually available online right now globally. Before, it used to be exclusive lang. You have to really go to our office in Medical Plaza in Ortigas just to hear the orientations, just to hear these amazing speakers that speak about their personal experiences on how pranic healing has totally changed their life for the better. So right now we have almost every day available. The schedules, you can visit the Pranic Healing Foundation of the Philippines Facebook page for the schedule there, or you can message me on like my information here. Like you can go to my website and I can give you the schedule. But for anybody who's starting, that would be a good starting point, because we really um, talk about the simple description of pranic healing, how to use it in your life. We practice meditation together called Meditation in Twin Hearts, which is very simple but very powerful. And then after that, they can also contact us as pranic healers to kind of find out and determine where they are in their spiritual journey, and then we can help guide them in that, because everybody naman is in a different I guess point in their journey, right? So I've had also different students coming in to take the basic classes. They're also coming from different aspects. Yung iba talagang they're experienced healers, they're experienced. I even had, I think before, like judges, had politicians, I had like musicians also. So like different people that come in from all walks of life, that have different aspects of their spiritual journey. And they found that even at the orientation sessions called the home, where we have like healing, orientation, meditation, and then like an enlightening talk, they find that that's a really good starting point. Or if they're not into that, they can actually just start with a healing session and see how they feel about it. Diba? We're not also in the habit of forcing people, because it's true, no, whatever you resonate with in terms of your energy, and we respect all of that. That's it.
Okay, Doc Janice, did Czarina answer your question very clearly?
Yes, she's nodding. Yes, daw.
Okay.
Yes. Actually,
Delayed.
I have them. That was very anong tawag dito? That was very good na answer, Sarina. No? Pero I have a follow-up question though. For those na who wanted to make pranic healing, na to make it as their career because they really felt called to do pranic healing, can you give us a picture of how a client and a pranic healing session is done? So para lang merong picture ang viewers natin on how it's done.
Okay, so I can understand like what you're asking is how do they get started in pranic healing as a career, like, or a profession, like what I'm doing.
Yes, correct.
Then the other one is you're also asking me what happens in an actual healing.
Yeah. Yeah, a picture lang, a picture so we have an idea how it's done, right? When we go to a pranic healer, and let's say I'm a client and we go to a pranic healer, what happened during a pranic healing session?
Okay, so first of all, siguro I'll answer first now how to get started in this kind of career or profession. They can start by taking the classes, all the classes offered. So we do have like a level 1 class or a basic class, wherein it's like the starting point talaga. Think of it as the nursery level, no, when you enter school, and then you.
Correct.
Ideally, you take talaga up all the way up to Arhatic Yoga, which is more of like the masters, no, or the collegiate level, ganyan. So you don't go into college, right? Just you
Correct.
go to school, just taking nursery, right? Because you want to get to the profession. So after taking all of those classes, you can work on your certification, because after you take the classes, it doesn't mean you're certified already. You have to work on a certification level, and there are guidelines that we can provide you for that. So basically, there's like proven successful healings with patients, and there's actual forms. You submit it, may ano talaga siya, may pagsusuri, in other words, no?
Parang practicum.
Yes, and it's like you're trying to get your license, diba? Like for example, you're a doctor, you're taking all of these classes, and then you go into internship and residency. Parang ganun din in Pranic Healing. And then there are other things that you have to accomplish as well. So that means if you want to become also a trainer at the same time as being certified, you can go into the teacher's training already. So
Mhm.
classes doon, and I guess relicensing every year. So the licensing comes from the Institute for Inner Studies, and they're the ones really who make sure also the quality, diba? So I hope that answered your first question, Doc Janice.
Yeah, yes, it did. But for the practitioner courses, how long does it take? Lalo na kapag hindi naman full time, around mga gaano katagal before?
Well, there's no specific time kasi as quickly as the classes are available, or
Mhm.
you can, like, take your time. You can take several years, or I don't know how long you'll take. But for me personally, what happened was, I took my first, I guess my first level, my basic, in 2013. I remember specifically that day. That was January 5. That was like my birthday in energy healing. No, and I had to wait for 7 months after that for the classes to be available. Kaya when they became available, I really jumped at it. I cleared all the weekends of my of my September, October, that 2013, and I ended up taking everything after that. And I think the key is you have to practice as you're going along, and then you have to probably review a lot, urge to review and to ensure that we are not we're always upgrading ourselves in the skills that we're attaining here in Pranic Healing. So I guess also the required of siguro mga, I would say, less than a year you can finish, right? And also I think yeah, I think you can finish it in less than a year, or maybe in a couple of months, I think. So yeah, like pwede yun. And we can guide you in it also.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
the institute is going to give the courses one after the other, then mabilis lang siyang matapos. So I think for our viewers, no, who are very interested, I think JM later will post yung mga informations about the school and Czarina, so they can message, they can check it out for themselves. No? And then, okay, Czarina, give us a picture of how a pranic healing is done.
Okay. So what would it be like now if it's your first time to go into a healing?
Yes.
Normally, what I would sort of like give an expectation setting. I personally conduct like consultation sessions on Zoom if possible, or WhatsApp. Before this whole thing happened to the whole world, I was lucky enough to already start doing online sessions with other patients country. Yeah, so I think it's important for people to know what to expect. Because like if I was coming into a session like this and I didn't have any idea, it would be good to be
Correct.
right. So what I do is I send them even like guidelines on what to do, what not to do. Like for example, ideally they're not gonna be on their cell phones. They can choose to be for now it's distant healing kasi, but if it's a face to face, it's easy to kind of guide them. Other than that, they can also be sleeping while the distant healing is happening. So it's like a full on, like full service, no, 24/7 available ako. Para akong on call na doctor in case. Because in Pranic Healing, we're encouraged, no, anything for healing, do not delay. We always answer the call for healing. Another thing is, like for me, I love to send like infographics or guides on what you should look like, what you should be wearing, ganyan. Kasi, as detailed as that, only because I through the years, I've noticed that some patients, they ask questions, and then that's what I take note of so that they're prepared. So anyway, I send them also a patient information and confidentiality form to fill out prior. So parang it's like you're filling up a document, no, with the doctor, right? When they get your information, and it is confidential. We don't like divulge anything outside. It's just for us to get a ballpark figure, or like I guess a baseline, no, of what your condition or what your concern is. No matter what it is, you can write it there. And then I send specific instructions as well, so that they're guided and they don't have too many questions. And so anyway, when they come in for a session in a face-to-face, either they're sitting down with in a receptive pose, or like arms uncrossed, legs uncrossed, or they're lying down in the venue where I used to do healing. When I used to do like face to face, they can have that choice of lying down. So it's like having like a spa experience, no? I also have like sometimes my husband who's there, who's acting as my receptionist sometimes, or sometimes JM, right, is there, or Pink. So sometimes we take turns on doing that. If someone's doing a session, someone is always there to kind of be to help out also in the process of onboarding. So normally I either use my hands, or I use a healing crystal, which is already like the level 4 of pranic healing. So yun yung I will show it to you. Can I show it? No, yeah. So it looks like this. I don't know if you can see it. I'll be like a beauty blogger and put this like no. So this is what it looks like, and it comes in different sizes. But you ideally have to think of your hand as parang the vacuum, the walis or the broom to remove dirty energy, and then the crystal is more like a surgeon's knife, or it's more precise and more thorough. So when they're doing that, sometimes a healing session could be totally quiet. Like my patients sometimes after as we begin, they're already asleep. They're sleeping na. So and it's fine, no, as long as they're receptive. Sometimes they're fully awake, but the whole entire time their eyes are closed, because we want them to concentrate and not like look everywhere else, like getting distracted. And it normally lasts from anywhere to 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the severity of an ailment. And then I gently up if I have to, no, parang hi, wake up na, we're done na, gana. So I don't abruptly like wake up patients. And afterwards, we go through like the form again to gauge where they are na after. So there's a before and after comparison based on what the patient will say or my client will say. So I don't dictate. Oh, this is what you're feeling na, ganun. Hindi. So it's coming from them. And then we determine now the number of sessions that they need after that. And it varies per person, ha. Sometimes in one session, they're super like good, they're okay na. Sometimes they need like every week there's a session, sometimes daily, sometimes once a month, for others monthly, for others an entire year, like parang naka-subscription sila sa akin. So yeah, so if anything, I would probably compare a healing session to, like for me, personally, what it feels like is like I came from the spa and then I come home super fresh and super relaxed and light. Yeah, so I hope that answers
Yeah.
Doc Janice.
Okay.
Yes,
Perfect.
exactly. So thank you for that very informative picture and description of a pranic healing. Yeah, the client really doesn't have to do anything, no? It's like going to the spa, and when they wake up, they already feel good. Thank you for that, Czarina. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Okay, so thank you, Czarina, for that very complete information that you just shared. For our viewers who are watching right now, if you have any questions and you want to know, please feel free to comment on the chat box so that we can answer that. Zarina can answer. We're flashing on the screen right now the schedule that we are conducting, as Zarina mentioned a while ago. If you can come and visit this. It's in a virtual setup. We will be giving a link. Just message us. This is the schedule. You can take a picture of this. This is open to all, to non-pranic healers, so you can attend to this. And okay, so just to Zarina mentioned a while ago how it's being done, the pranic healing, right? So if you're really listening, it is very systematic. It's very structured. As she said, this is a school. So parang when you go to school as a student, you have a goal for yourself. You want to reach a certain level. So ganun din po dito sa pranic healing, no? Parang you want to reach that level of arhatic yoga practitioner. So we provide that course in our school. And then, yes, there's a way of healing a person. It depends. It varies from person to person because not everyone is the same, diba? So it depends on the severity. But in the physical level, I myself personally experienced that when you heal a person, depending on the case of the person, in a one session, the person can be healed at all levels. It always depends. There are other naman, it takes months. You know, that's why as a healers of pranic healing, you have to parang journeying with your patient. You don't just leave your patient and then okay ka na, diba? It's not like that. That's why Czarina said, at the end of the day, when you heal your patient, talagang you ended up being friends with this patient. Nagiging parang friends talaga kayo. Kasi that's how it really happens to most all the pranic healers. And also, the school has a system of doing that. There is a technique when we do pranic healing. Hindi yan yung parang inaaral po talaga siya. It's a science, so that's why you have to study. We are being trained to heal the person. We have even a protocols to address different kinds of ailments. That's how we take serious in doing healing to our patients. So ganyan, that's how we are being trained to our school in pranic healing. And also, not only for the physical aspect, meron kami mga protocol in the physical aspect, but we also have protocol in psychological and emotional aspect of a person. That's why in pranic healing, it can be treated yung mga phobias, yung mga addiction, drug addiction, yung mga depression, yung mga, those kind of things, we all believe that is energy that lodge in your system, in your aura, di ba? So that's how very systematic and structured the pranic healing school, that everybody can learn pranic healing. Because I myself, before nung somebody told me that you can do this, kasi I experienced personal healing, sabi ko kagad, I cannot be a healer. Kasi iba ang perception ko to be a healer. But since this pranic healing is a school and it's making you a better version of yourself, it's also teaching a character building. That's one of the expertise of the school. So it's a very wonderful experience. But other than that, I'd like Czarina to also share how this pranic healing, I'm sure right now, most of us, especially people who are watching right now, you mentioned this in our peak preview last Sunday, that this can also address your financial aspect of life. I mean, we are all so much aware what's going on around us, this pandemic that have affected many people's life in terms of their job, their career, their professional life. How can this be really something that can heal? I mean, healing is not just about physical ailment or mental ailment, right? Our life itself, how can this healing energy system, pranic healing, can address this specific aspect of your life? How can this address this financial aspect or your business? I know for a fact pranic healing can heal a business. So how, Czarina, I want you to give our viewers idea, a picture of this, that how can this healing energy system can, if you're doing a good business, how can you increase more your business? If you're not doing so good, how can you also attract this kind of energy that will bring more success, abundance, prosperity, or wealth in your business? How, Czarina?
Okay, okay, I will. Okay. So, in terms of prosperity, that's also one of the things that attracted myself and my husband, Luigi, in the school. And what's fantastic is Master Choa, like what you said, we have protocol. So I want to take a chance to kind of flash the book in front of you. Like, this is what our book looks like. I don't know if it can be seen yung title there. Sorry, may my I think my green screen is picking up on the green on the book, but this is the book that we have. We actually have protocols that we follow. So it's just like parang siyang recipe book, no? Like when you're following, when you're baking, you really have to make sure you follow every single thing. Don't change anything. This was really based on specific research done by Master Cho Kok Soy and his team, no? When they were developing this over the years ago. And one of the classes that was developed was actually the spiritual business management. So this is the book naman for it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a sutra, no? On, ayun, natanggal yan. Sige. Yes. So, yes.
Achieving Impossible, one of the sutras of
So,
Master.
it's called Achieve the Impossible, Golden Lotus Sutra on the Science of Prosperity and Spiritual Business Management. So there are classes like that, and also classes like Kriya Shakti, or like it's Kriya Shakti is basically in layman's term, no? Parang the materialization of your goals and your dreams or your thought forms using subtle energy. And there's a specific technique or steps that we follow over a period of time, and I've personally been lucky enough to be able to apply these techniques in my life, because it's really difficult to speak about something when you're not actually practicing it or you're not seeing it in your life, right? So it was important for me to see that really happening in my personal life. Otherwise, diba, parang why will I stay here if it doesn't work, right? So, and I'm a big believer only promoting the stuff that I truly, truly like believe in and really know that it can affect so many people in a fantastic and good way, right? So, one of the emphasis really is on thought forms. Our thoughts, our emotions, no, largely in layman's term, or if I'm gonna talk to somebody who has absolutely no background on energy, it's really gonna start from your own thoughts and emotions. So it has energy kasi even our words have energy, right? So that's why we have character building sewn into everything that we do in pranic healing, kasi you really can't be a good healer if your character's not that great. And we also go into like like what you guys study in naturopathy, like nutrition. But this is more on energy, the energy of certain food, certain drinks, no, that we have available. So being mindful of those things is crucial to the effectivity of the technique. Because the technique is the same all across the world, but there's sometimes na why doesn't it work? I get questions like that from my students, from people that are outside the country. They're like, or even like, other provinces. They're like, why doesn't that work for me? Why did it work for like that person or you or something, no? So it boils down to the specific healer's thoughts, emotions, and words. And the level of, I guess, ang tawag namin dyan, no? What we call it is purification, or the level of, I guess, how we can make sure that we are the best channels of the healing energy coming not just from the environment but from the supreme universal God. So yes, it depends on the lifestyle. It depends on your ability to, I guess, be the best version of yourself. No, the quality of the energy of your output is the quality of your thoughts, emotions, and stuff. So in order for you to have a prosperous life, I would say that you will have to be mindful of those and keep it on the positive or more higher frequency level energies, no, parang pang physics na, no, higher level frequency, rather than the opposite of that, so that you only attract the same or similar energies. Because in energy science, it's like attracts like, and opposites repel each other. So the first thing is to look inward and not like depend on other things. Why am I not getting rich? Why am I not succeeding in business? It's really up to you. And that's what we can help you with as pranic healers. We can journey with you in this, and you're not alone in doing these things. We can make things available for you, and if it doesn't work the first time, it's okay to try again and keep trying, diba? Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, oo.
Czarina, how about you, Pink? Do you have any questions to ask Zarina in for the purpose of our viewers to to know? Do you have anything in your mind, Pink?
Yeah, I have, pero parang Doc Janice has a follow-up question muna.
Okay.
Doc, do you have ba?
No, I would like to thank Serena for a very in-depth description. We have a full picture, at least in our mind, what pranic healing is all about, how it's done, and for those who are being called for it, what they need to do. And you've also shared with us your personal journey on how you stumbled upon ditong pranic healing, no? Well, I would like my two beautiful co-hosts also for the viewers, no? Kasi they are also pranic healing, the two of you, no? So I think for our viewers, para lang they know, I would like you to share your own personal journey into pranic healing. Since we're already talking about pranic healing today, now maybe it's time you share your own journey into energy healing as well, particularly pranic healing. So Pink, can we start with you?
Yes, since ako na yung next talaga, no, I wanted to share. Just last night, I had the opportunity to share to everyone, actually to the whole world, what's my experience with how my life, how pranic healing made my life so easy. So before, I'm really not into public speaking. Sobrang mahiyain ako. I couldn't even pag nasa harap na ako ng maraming tao, especially strangers, kahit na may gusto akong gawin, I cannot even organize my thoughts. So may tendency ako na gulo-gulo talaga yung message na binibigay ko or sinasabi ko sa mga tao. But now, after years of, di naman years, pero for me, it's mabilis. The progress is, or the changes that I wanted to like achieve, nakuha ko siya agad in mga months pa lang. So confidence, no, public speaking, yon. And then next, when I joined races, so ito napaka-grounded nito for me. Nagulat ako na I don't really train for the race, pero the first time I joined a race, nanalo agad ako. Sabi ko, what happened? I hate running, I hate cardio. I don't really want to run kasi I'm afraid to lose weight because I need to gain weight. I'm underweight that time last year. And then nagulat ako, I ranked first sa division ng mga babae, and that's a trail run, and that's my first ever run. My first run ever pala. So yon, that's very physical. And then next, I've noticed then na sa finances, no, I don't have to work. Before, I really work 24/7 just to have the money, just to earn money, no, na gusto ko kung gaano kalaki. But now, I don't have to work 24/7. I just work whenever I feel like. Joke. I just work like 3 to 4 hours a day. So, pag may kailangan lang mag-work yun. And then, okay naman. And plus, like this trying time, no, ay di ganun ka grabe yung feels na affected kami ng family ko. So, that's already a blessing for me. And also, ano pa ba? Grabe it's really easier. Pati kapag physically then, this is about physically, health per se. I don't, parang the last time I had fever was few years ago pa. So in a year, normally magkakasipon ubo ako ng grabe, like 2 to 3 times a year or 4 times a year. Pero ngayon, from once to halos wala. And then emotionally then, I move forward or I move on very so fast. So I really don't, nagtatanim ng galit. And then what else? Prosperity consciousness. So before, parang laging, ay, hindi ko kaya yan. Laging always intimidated. So if, like now, parang lahat possible. Nothing is impossible. And that's because of my awareness with energy.
Okay, so thank you so much, Pink, for sharing your personal experience of your journey in pranic healing. So, okay, ako naman daw talaga. Okay, so back then, sige, to ano na lang, fast forward. The time I was really looking for something because, in fact, my closest friend knows this, that I tried many healing modality, okay, before I stumbled upon pranic healing, but I decided to stay and really stay and continue my journey here in this path, because like Czarina said, I won't stay if there's nothing happening to me. So I really experienced the transformation in my personal life and the life of the people around me. I had so much kasi before, so much insecurity, so much doubt about myself and everything. My friends know that I never had that so much faith that I can be who I am. So I think one of the best that pranic healing had done and continue to do in my life is giving me the state of empowerment, just embracing who I am, and I don't have to be somebody else to be accepted, somebody else to be loved. I just have to be who I am. And I know for a fact that people around me, my loved ones, my family, they see that in me. But the thing is, me seeing myself, I didn't see that before. So what's good about pranic healing, like Czarina said in the peak preview, there's the way that we're doing that cleansing you and then energizing you. That is one of the things, because you cannot just keep putting in something. Yes, affirmation is good, meditation is good, prayer is good, but if you don't first clean your system, your body, your mental, emotional, para ka lang you keep stopping in. You have first to clean yourself, and then you become more open to absorb more and more fresh energy, or what we call more positive energy, and then you keep energizing that by practicing all the techniques and the meditation that's being taught in pranic healing. So up to this date, I'm reaping all of that with the help of of course, the teaching of of our teacher, Master Chowa, and all the friends around me in pranic healing, the community that we have. It keeps energizing you. Then you become a better version of yourself. But that doesn't mean I never experience any more of the vicissitude of life, the hardship. But what Czarina said a while ago, you sort of have like a tool for your life, at parang meron kang, alam mo yung gagawin mo. You know how to address now. When you have a clarity of mind and stability of emotion, you see things clearly. So instead of being reactive, you become reflective to what's happening in you and around you, and then you are able to do a proper action over that. So I think that's what really pranic healing has been doing for my life. And then therefore I become a healing presence now to my family, to the people around me, and then to my community, and all to the business I have. So it's a state of empowerment. Yan lagi yung parang word ko. It's a state of empowerment when you have pranic healing and arhatic yoga things with you in your life. Parang you're not excused to experience hardship, but then you evolve with that hardship. Then you continue to evolving, you continue to become a better version of yourself. At the same time, what pranic healing, the school and the teaching of our teacher really always say is, become a service to others. When you it can be done. It can be done that while you're healing yourself, you are becoming a person of becoming a healing presence to others. It's a form of service. So you don't just think about yourself, you go beyond yourself already. So that's what really pranic healing does personally in my life. So I hope Dr. Janice is able to parang appreciate that and answer your question. But of course, for the record again, I want Czarina to have a final note about pranic healing and arhatic yoga, how this whole thing made you decide and continue to stay. Because everyone, just for as I've mentioned, as I introduced this lady to all of us, she's into many, many roles. Actually, tawag dito, itong ginagawa niya is for the love, for the spreading really pranic healing, because she's such a believer that this one should be really everybody knows about it. Because if all of us here experience the greatness of this teaching, and our family, why not sharing it? Yun yung naging parang mantra kasi naming lahat na parang how can you not share something so great, so beautiful that it's really you breathe, you experience the beauty of this teaching. So for the record, Czarina, I want you again to give a final notes to our viewers, and also how they can reach you. I believe you can be reached they want to experience healing. All of us, we are providing that. So take it away, Czarina.
Okay, so siguro final words, no? I just want to reiterate that your body already knows. The body knows how to heal itself already. So what we just do as pranic healers is we just make that easier for your body through the techniques and the protocols that we apply. And I think it's important to also kind of note that the reason why I'm staying for this long, no, with pranic healing. Actually, I'm not. It's not that long. I know other people who've been in pranic healing longer than I have, but for me personally, it's really about empowering and equipping other people, and to just simply, even if just one person gets to know that there's this one thing that they can learn and they can apply to their lives in all aspects, that there's always an answer to every problem. And like what I said in my previous talk also that I did online recently, there's really you can turn any obstacle into an opportunity. So if you are experiencing currently like a problem, there's always an answer. It doesn't have to be just pranic healing though. It can be anything, even simply like your environment is better, your diet is better, or whatever. But having pranic healing there is like taking like an elevator to success in life. And yeah, and if they have more questions or if they want to get in touch with me, they can actually scan this QR code over here. They can get my details, yeah. And or they can go to www.solisticclinic.ph, or they can like my Instagram, or follow pala yun in Instagram, my Solistic Clinic Instagram page. And also on Facebook, I am there as Solistic Clinic. Okay. Other than that, you can probably contact Judith Alma to connect with me if you need to, because I talk to her on a daily basis anyway. So you can just get in touch with me through her if you can't find my pages. That's it. Thank you, ladies, for letting me be on this platform to talk about what I'm super passionate about until like the end of my life. It's really all about pranic healing and helping others, and really creating that safe space for everybody to know that what you're going through is something that everybody's might be going through, and that there's a solution to your problems, and we can help equip and empower you through the science and art of pranic healing and arhatic yoga. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Serena. No, we've learned a lot dito sa topic natin for today. And for your mga sharing, the three of you, no, those are wonderful personal journeys that you had. I hope maraming mga viewers sa atin na inspired also to take their own or to start to begin their own personal journey to spirituality or to healing, or just to experience the greatest version of themselves. No, it's never too late to start, regardless of where you are in your life right now, wherever it is you are experiencing, whatever age. No, it's never too late to start longing or yearning to experience the greatest version of who you are. And if you do, madaming mga available na modalities sa atin wherever we resonate with. Pranic healing is one, no? So we just want to provide you, all of you, with all the choices that you can. And I hope within the next few weeks, marami pa tayong ma-share sa mga viewers natin. Thank you so much, Serena, for giving us your precious time. No, you have given us 2 days already. I know you're very busy. We truly appreciate your goodness, your kindness, no, for pinaunlakan mo kami for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How about you, Pink? Would you like to say a final note to our viewers?
Yes, I would like to thank everyone for staying with us, for watching us for an hour. No, this is really the pranic healing is really one of our, our passions. Just like Zarina, I'm a pranic healer. JM is a pranic healer, but of course, we wanted to really share to everyone what are the different things that you can include in your life that can complement your life. So, just for today, we shared pranic healing, and for the next weeks, of course, another modalities or another things that we can share to you for your healing, of course, for everyone to enjoy your life to the fullest. And of course, I would like to thank Zarina for joining us here today kahit na sobrang busy ka, and naisingit mo kami. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much again. Yes, thank you so much on behalf of Naturopaths in Manila, Zarina. Thank you very much for your time and energy, for sharing these wonderful works of pranic healing to our viewers and to every one of us. Again, to our viewers, as we always promise, we're going to bring you a lineup of guests to share their expertise in a different healing energy system that they are practicing personally, so that to provide you more and more information and techniques that you can really apply to your life. And tune in always with us every Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going always to give you a peek preview of what we're about to bring you on every Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning here in my FB page. Again, thank you very much to all our viewers, to all our friends who continue to watch us, and thank you to all our followers. And then if you have all questions, you can reach Dr. Janice, you can reach Pink, you can reach Zarina in terms of pranic healing, and you can reach me through my FB page and all our social media account. But for now, we're gonna end this live discussion and saying thank you and have a great day to everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead, beautiful week ahead to everyone. And once again, thank you and have a blessed day. And bye.
Bye.